Are we rolling?
Are we going?
Yeah, we're ready. Whenever you're ready.
Oh. All right, we're fucking rolling. Welcome to the fourth annual, not annual, but actually weekly.
Weekly annual.
Wait, fourth weekly?
Yeah, fourth.
Yeah.
Yeah, we done it one every fucking week.
That's true.
That's the fourth annual because everyone says fourth annual. But this is the fourth weekly. Mm-hmm. Unsuppressed podcast. Right? Where we talk about, I mean, we get pretty stupid. We talk about stuff in the news. It's an educational program. It's a family program.
I don't know about that.
We drink whiskey. Hey, I learned some shit last week.
Immediately.
Last year.
I learned a lot.
Last year. I learned
a lot
some stuff.
about some bowel movements.
Oh,
yeah, we learned about world records that were total bullshit. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Anyway, I'm Greg.
Jake.
Jace.
KJ. I'm sorry.
You almost. You thought you were more important.
I rolled over him, man. I'm sorry, Jace.
But so welcome, enjoy, watch. Open your ear holes.
Yes.
Because you're going to learn some shit.
Open your ear holes and receive us.
Yeah.
Open your mouth holes as well and swallow whatever whiskey you are drinking. I almost said tequila.
Swallow our load.
Swallow your whiskey because that's what we also do here on Unsuppressed.
Okay.
We review some whiskeys. Last week we had Lucy.
Sweet Lucy.
Lucy.
Yeah. Right there.
That was a good one.
Sweet.
Prior to that,
the Woodford.
Reserve. Prior to that.
Oh,
not
not the Hudson. The Hudson is new. Remember the first one we killed?
Oh, we killed the first one.
We killed the first one on the first episode.
Hudson
like a
Baby
12-year
Bourbon Whiskey.
12-year-old.
12-year-old.
Balvenie.
Good old faithful.
Yeah.
The old Jameson.
The old Jameson. Faithful. That's all I drink. I'm sorry.
Here. That's the standard.
We thought about buying a new bottle, but we figured we had so much left, we just finished these bottles up.
Which, if we finish those, it's going to be a hell of an
Dangerous
episode.
night. It might be 4 hours.
Yeah.
Well, before we get started on anything, I have to announce that I brought some gifts for everybody.
He told me this earlier in his office, and I about shit my pants because I was like, wait.
It's nothing crazy.
Oh, boy.
Well, yeah, but I mean, gifts are
that
gifts,
means
man.
it's going to be crazy.
That means it's going to be crazy because he
it's the thought that counts.
He said it with like kind of a sneer, like,
you a gift.
Yeah, I got you a gift.
So we are on Facebook and Instagram, and you can watch our podcast on YouTube and soon to be other podcast outlets.
What? Big time?
We were hit up on Instagram by fishingdaily_amazing, and they hooked us up with a killer discount code.
You got to be freaking kidding! Nuh-uh.
We got shirts?
No way.
This is yours.
Oh heck yeah!
Hope I got the size right.
Extra medium?
This is yours.
Yeah, extra medium.
Extra medium, what?
This is yours.
Oh, hell yeah.
So this one is that's awesome. What's yours?
Jerk it until she swallows. It's a fishing thing you wouldn't understand.
God. This is great.
It's hilarious.
So good with my rod, I make fish come.
This one is I fish so I don't choke people.
Yes, bam.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's awesome. I'm putting mine on right now.
There we go.
Yes.
Oh, and you're welcome, ladies, viewing. I take mine off, and it like the viewers go down.
Yeah,
Bam.
I started second guessing myself.
That's awesome.
Jerk until she swallows.
Yeah. What?
So shout out again to fishingdaily_amazing on Instagram.
Yeah.
And
That's cool. That is cool.
Amazing.
That is cool. I'll give it to you. That is awesome.
There we go. And we're all into fishing in some form or fashion.
We are.
A couple of us are more of a bass fisherman type. A couple of us are more salt fisherman type, which is how God intended it to be.
I'm into eating cookies.
He made a lot of saltwater. He did. I'll give you that. This is kind of weird.
There's a little more salt water than fresh water.
The Naked Podcast right now. All right.
All right.
Well, thanks, Chase. That's awesome.
That's awesome, man.
Looks good on you guys.
It does, doesn't it? It feels good.
I'm gonna wear the fucking hell
I just
out of
like
this
shit. I didn't like that it says jerk it across the top.
That's the only reason you're like, this shirt was made for me.
It was made for me.
Great.
So All right, so we're gonna keep with tradition. We love this 2 truths and a lie segment. I do have to say, last week Jace
Turned into a shit show.
It literally turned into a shit show.
we started to all talk about shit.
Yeah, well, we all told our
prefaced at the
stories.
beginning.
We all bared
And then
our
his
soul.
wasn't even true.
Yes.
Like, I feel vulnerable now.
Yes. And so I sat there and I'm like thinking, like, man, how can I rope Jace into like telling this juicy story about him, like, puking all over a theater or popping wood in the principal's office or something like that. But, man, I don't know. So, Greg, you're going to get it started this week.
All right, let's go. Ready? All right. When I was about 16 years old, I raced mountain bikes competitively. I was a sponsored rider. I got invited out to an event where K2 was just getting into the mountain bike market, and they had 3 prototype bikes out there that were like, that was the only 3. That was it. 3 prototype bikes, some new technology, some new suspension technology, because I was kind of a hot and up and coming rider. The guy there wanted me to ride one. We went, rode one, had a massive wreck, and like folded the entire bike in half.
One of 3.
One of 3.
All right.
Folded in half, first run out. All right.
Okay.
Little known fact about me is I was actually raised Jewish.
I could see that.
When I was bar mitzvahed, when I reached my bar mitzvah, now I'm considered a man, and basically was told by my father, you can continue, basically going along with the religion or not, because he knew I wasn't really into it. So I decided not, raise my kids agnostic. And the final one is that I almost got to drive Uday Hussein's pink Porsche 911.
Wait,
I got to
almost.
We couldn't get it to start.
Wait,
Okay.
like, were your tools missing? I mean,
Yeah, it just
Where you-
it
Where
wouldn't
were
start.
you? Where was the car when you saw
Car was
it?
in Baghdad.
In Baghdad, just sitting in a parking lot? Or-
No, it was not in an impound yard, but basically a lot of the, a lot of the cars from the Husseins were collected. KBR at the time was our provider for motor pool and vehicle maintenance. So a lot of these cars were in their yard, and his pink Porsche 911 was in their yard. And we always, because of who we worked for, had special privileges. We tried to start it. They said, if you can get it started, you can go take it for a joyride. We couldn't get it started.
Okay.
so where was this mountain bike race?
That's an awesome question, actually. I cannot remember. It wasn't a race. It was
Okay.
like a like a
an
vendor
event?
day. It was a vendor day where a bunch of shops, bike shops, and sponsored riders and stuff came out. So the bike shop that I rode for, my manager, we came out, and I came out with him as their sponsored rider. And I was trying to think today. Can't even remember the name. It was at a like a ski slope.
Okay.
I can't even remember what it was. What
What state?
In New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yeah.
How much were those concept bikes? Do you know?
Oh, at the time they were probably $2,000 a bike, and we're talking. I mean, we're talking 1995, so that was big
Yeah.
money back then. This was before disc brakes on mountain bikes, all composite frames. This was really just introducing the whole downhill full suspension stuff. So
Right.
this bike in particular, composite frame, had rear suspension but full lockouts on all suspension for cross-country racing.
And they were just letting all the kids, all you guys ride them?
Again,
turns?
it was like a vendor day. So when we showed up in particular, the manager of my shop knew the head rep of K2. K2 was just moving in the bike market. He's like, "Hell, let me show you these things."
Okay.
Boom.
And you folded a bike in half.
Like,
How'd you do that?
Dude, I destroyed this bike.
Injuries?
No, actually, it was okay. I mean, I had some like dirt burn and stuff, but
Right.
What happened?
break
What
it.
were you doing when it...
Popping a sick wheelie.
Popping a sick wheelie, dude. What? An endo? What? No.
was
Cross
bunny
country
hopping.
up the mountain, blah blah blah, all the way up top. And actually the full suspension was hauling ass down. Ski slope. So where the lifts come up, you get that little like lump down back in the slope, and I frickin' hucked this thing.
Landed right on top?
boom, and just wadded it up and fucking got all tangled up in the bike.
How'd you get into racing?
It's something my dad and I did. I guess when I was about 12 or 13. My dad and I got into it, and I was young and fit. I was rock climbing at the time. We rock climbed together.
Yeah, hit it up.
And that's what I got into.
So this whole Jewish thing, raised Jewish.
Yep.
I mean, probably pretty serious. Was it pretty serious? Because it seems like your dad would be like pushing you to.
So Judaism's pretty lax.
This story actually stems back to my dad. My dad was in the same situation. My dad was raised Jewish, bar mitzvahed, and basically decided after his bar mitzvah, was like, look, I don't want to do this. I don't really believe in this. I just believe in being a good person, and was agnostic for the most part. Mm-hmm. Met my mom. All was cool. Decided to marry my mom. My dad's side of the family was not cool with it. My mom was Catholic. Dad's side of the family, not cool with it. My dad, not really liking to upset his mom or dad, grandparent, the whole 9 yards. My mom converted to Judaism for the marriage. Fast forward several years, here comes I, right? A fucking blessing to everybody.
Yeah.
And same thing.
Unsuppressed listeners.
Exactly. You're welcome. Your ear holes are welcome. Basically same thing. My dad's family, because they were like, well, let's just raise him agnostic. My mom was really Catholic, converted to Judaism for the marriage. Let's raise him agnostic. Cool. Dad's family not cool with that. My dad said, okay, well, look, we'll raise him Jewish. So I was raised Jewish with my brother. We celebrated Christmas and Hanukkah because my mom's side of the family was all Catholic. So we'd go over there. My dad's side of the family was all Jewish. We had a freaking tree and a menorah on the mantle.
So what's better, Christmas or Hanukkah?
Well, I mean, you get 8 days with Hanukkah, so that kind of, as a kid, you're like, another day. Whereas like Christmas, you go and you blow your load all in like 2 hours in the morning.
So so with your mom converting, what's that process like?
Oh, shit, I don't know.
Well, so what?
I didn't convert. I don't know.
I figured you'd have.
I wasn't even born yet, dude. I mean, all
right. Can you name 2 Jewish holidays besides Hanukkah?
Besides Hanukkah? I didn't even know there was another.
I think there's
one.
about a million of them.
Oh my god!
I don't know. Like I said,
that's a good question right there.
That's an excellent question. But like I said, my dad never took it very seriously.
Sure.
And it wasn't like we weren't like hammered. We didn't go to temple all the time or anything. It was more a face saving thing for my family.
What's the thing on top of your head?
A yarmulke.
How do Jewish people? What do Jewish people call them?
What do Jewish people call them? Yarmulkes.
Kippas. K-I-P-P.
Oh, yeah, kippa, yeah.
Well, yeah.
K-I-P-P. Yeah.
I mean,
I get it.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Are you smelling it?
I don't know. It's tough.
I don't know. He is good on TV, though.
And there was a nice big backstory.
Is that a Jewish thing?
I thought you're like,
good with money, good with diamonds, gold, something
good in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with that just because I believe the biking thing probably could have happened, and since he didn't start the car, it would have been, if he drove it around, it would have been harder to believe. But
here's the problem. Last week we got into the same thing. Is that we swore up and down, okay, yeah, the prison story totally happened. He got prison raped. And he was cool.
Whoa.
If you don't know what we're talking about, go back and watch episode 2.
Yeah, you had to watch that. So anyway, after the prison rape story, I thought, well, yeah, but it was someone else.
True.
So he knows every single
same thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
converting.
Yep, Jewish
convert
that he would. Even though it's very believable too.
What year was the car thing?
That's important.
The Uday Hussein thing? Mm-hmm. 2006.
See, he knows the dates too. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Well, it just has to think about,
how long were you
stuff,
a professional mountain biker?
I wasn't professional.
Semi-pro. Because my career as a semi-pro football player lasted 2 seasons.
I wouldn't even say semi-pro. I raced a circuit. I was a sponsored racer, but I didn't receive money. I received product.
Yeah.
You know.
Like my rock climbing.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, right.
you were as professional as he was.
I
wouldn't
guess
say
from the
that.
time I was about 14 to 17,
Real
18-ish.
real quick.
Before I went to college.
So it goes Lappin, like your dad's last name's Lappin.
Yes.
Was his mom Jewish or was his dad Jewish?
No, his dad was Jewish.
Okay.
Yeah. And his mom, actually, my grandma converted
Okay.
as well. Lappin is actually a French last name.
It's rabbit.
It means rabbit. It
Yeah.
does mean rabbit in French.
Really?
Yeah, it does.
I'm gonna go with Jewish still.
So,
All right, what are you going with?
Jewish story.
Man. I'm gonna go with the biker story.
the biker story.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm gonna say you weren't a sponsored mountain
Sounds like
biker.
that's what it was. What is it?
Jewish.
I knew against my better judgment, but
That was
I
a good
should have went.
backstory.
It was
That was
a
a
great
good
backstory,
backstory.
but I should have went with it when you were like, "Can you name 2 more Jewish holidays?"
Anything besides Hanukkah.
Are there any? What other Jewish holidays are there? Yom Kippur.
Kippur.
Fuck, I knew that one. Damn it.
Yom Kippur.
Yom Kippur. I rehearsed that one. Fuck.
I see him on my iCal event like all the time, like the U.S. holidays.
Yes.
I'm like, what holidays?
Why didn't you
coming
ask
up?
me like about a fucking dreidel or something? Like dreidel.
Yeah. Say, can you sing the dreidel song?
Oh, I don't know actually.
Good.
Dreidel. I made it out of clay. Right? No.
I don't know. I'm not
A
Jewish.
needle in the hay.
That's about right.
All right. Hey, what was the movie? Real quick. What was the movie with? Who was the guy in Inglourious Bastards? The,
Brad
Brad
Pitt.
Pitt?
No, the SS guy.
Oh man.
Christoph Waits.
Yeah.
Yes. So he was a dentist, and fucking one of the Waynes brothers was a slave.
Oh,
Dude, it's
Django Unchained.
Django.
I have not seen that.
That
You're
was,
freaking kidding me.
I thought it was like a political movie.
It's a great
No, it
one.
was awesome, man.
Unbelievable.
Jamie Foxx, not a Wayne's
Jamie
brother.
Foxx, thank you.
Yeah. One of the Wayne's brothers.
They all look the same.
Jamie Foxx is super talented.
Yes.
So are the Wayans
Oh,
brothers, but I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
Jamie
but
Foxx.
he's a different level.
He's on a different level.
Come on.
Musician, comedian,
Yeah.
dramatic actor.
A little bit of everything.
party thrower. He
Yeah.
throws epic parties out there.
Oh, is that going to be one of yours?
Yeah,
I
I used to
attended
go
a
all the
Jamie
time.
Foxx's
That's my
story.
first truth.
He raped me
I
in
got his
prison.
cell phone number. Where's my phone?
Did you get that from the strip when you were fucking watching people get shot?
Get mowed
You
down.
know what's funny that I didn't mention
jeez.
that I
Okay,
didn't.
you're going
I'll go next. Before I do it, Halloween. I think 2013. We were living in L.A. off Hollywood Boulevard. And we were going down to our bar 504 to hang out. And by the time we got down there was like yellow police tape, and they were like a huge herd of people going around like the back streets to get around because there was a gang-related shooting like
And Jake-
5 minutes before we got there.
Jake walks right through the center of it.
And the shitty thing, my wife's always sitting out there, smoking
Something.
Smoking a J.
organic, whatever.
You can say
She's
whatever
always-
you want. on
E-cigs.
here.
Yeah, I
This
know.
is called
Yeah.
Unsuppressed.
Yeah, that's what it's called, an e-cig. Yeah, because she doesn't smoke cigarettes. She's smoking an e-cig out there, always out front of the bar, and that's where it happened. It was like a drive-by, and yeah. So it did kind of happen, but I didn't see anything happen. So I'll do my
Yes,
two
you go
truths and a
next.
lie. I'm gonna stick to high school stories.
Oh,
I like this theme.
So I was not only in show choir all through high school, but I was the student president of the whole choir department, basically.
I could totally
So I
see
got to
that.
pick what songs they did. I got to do a lot of shit like
Oh,
that.
you're King Dingaling.
King Dingaling. For that choir and show choir, I was good at
Did
like,
someone just shit themselves?
not me.
Did you burp or something?
Somebody ate like roasted donkey ass because
It wasn't me. That wasn't me.
I don't smell anything.
All right, carry on.
That was the hot dog burp.
So I was in show choir.
Eating the last cookie.
I've been doing
motherfuckers.
this. I've been blowing it out.
So that's my first one. Second one, I didn't mean high school. I meant school.
Oh, all right.
Because in second grade, I was held back for some weird reason.
Okay.
My test scores or whatever didn't
Hey, but just a little guy.
fucking pass. Yeah, back when you're that young,
that
whatever.
could have been it.
And my junior and senior year, I was basically high every single day, all day.
Man, I can't believe all those. All right, so let's get back to this show choir deal. What songs would you allow through? What
The
were
ones
some
that
of-
I liked.
No, I want a playlist.
Oh, man. When I Hear I Have Wings, that's a good one. The Awakening. Shit. I mean, there's like Italian arias and stuff. I mean, that's tough. That's like asking me to play a song on the spot, and I'm trying to think of a
And
song.
you probably could.
I mean, we would
So
do
who-
like renditions of modern songs, like
Right.
Only the Good Die Young. We did a version of that. The Beatles, In My Room. Is that what it's called? In My Room?
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. I know
A
what
whole
you're talking
bunch
about.
of shit.
Yeah. Who's your vice president?
Who was my vice president?
Yeah.
Oh, it changed every year. I was the one.
But you were like,
I was a
wait,
dictator.
But you served.
I don't even
your
know if we
entire high
had-
school year, or just your senior year.
Sophomore, junior, senior.
While high every day.
Junior and senior year.
That
Picking
makes it-
out the best
makes music
music.
better, I guess.
Oh man, this is awesome.
And like
I like that.
whenever everybody else, like I could leave class to go do choir stuff because I was the president,
King Dingling.
King Dingaling, and I would just hang out, you know, in my I'm not going to say his name, but a badass teacher's office
Yeah.
who was the choir and teacher and everything.
So while you were high picking out songs, did you ever have Jerry Was a Race Car Driver on there?
No.
Liar! If you were high, you would have fucking put that on there. That's all I'm saying.
So why were you held back in fourth grade?
Second grade, and I guess just
I see
my
what you
test
did there.
scores. Socially, I was fine, but
We can argue about that.
Well, maybe,
he just
yeah.
wasn't there.
I mean, I had a speech impediment, so I couldn't say my R's right. Like a whole word, you're a nerd. You know, my R's. Couldn't say my R's.
Keep that up for the rest of the,
The
show,
whole show.
please.
No, I just say the whole time, just be talking like I can't say my R's.
Well, like it for Jersey.
And I sucked my thumb. I was,
See what I did there?
yeah, I guess I just didn't pay attention. Not ADHD, but
All right, so give me like a brief rundown of all three again.
choir. I was like the choir president and show
President.
choir.
Yep.
Got held back second grade.
Yep.
And smoked weed my junior and senior year.
Yep.
Wait,
While I was a freshman mentor.
he said junior and senior year. First, he said everyday senior year.
Did he?
No,
Yeah.
the choir president was sophomore,
No,
junior, senior.
no.
Weed was
You're-
junior and senior.
No, you said your weed was in the senior year.
Well, yeah, that too.
Just senior year.
Junior and senior year.
Now he's doubled down.
Watch the tape.
All right.
Yes,
all right.
watch
Let's
the
see.
tape.
Yeah.
I swear.
I'd be like super high, and
I mean, I believe the being high thing junior and senior years because, well, I know.
Hey, how
while
how
I
were
was
you-
teaching freshmen, I was a freshman mentor.
Yeah.
So how
And
is
that-
It's easy. It's weed. It's
I could
like,
get off
get
for
a
lunch
fucking,
because
like
it's
a
not
weekly
fucking
allowance?
bath salts.
a weekly allowance.
Yeah, did you have a weekly allowance? How you'd pay for this? How would you pay for your supply?
I taught guitar lessons and I played music gigs, so I was self-employed.
What was your choice of
Self-employed
what
and
was your choice
self-high.
of smoking apparandi?
Bong
The water bong, huh?
all day?
Did you have your own water bong?
Well, yeah.
What did it look like?
It was blue. It had like a
Oh,
blue,
blue one.
spiral around it. It was about 1.5 feet high. Put water in it. Also
sounds
had a
familiar.
Gatorade, a big Gatorade jug that I used. Cut a can. Cut a little strip like that of a can.
I've
roll
heard.
it up into a.
Yeah, I've heard. I've seen it on fucking YouTube.
That's what y'all think.
Man,
I don't think he was held back.
I don't think it was held back.
I don't
either.
think
I'm
he
going
was
second
held-
grade.
Really?
I don't think he was held back. In second grade.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I wasn't. I was very smart.
Yes. I was
We're
very-
getting to know each other better.
Jeez,
You
probably
guys want a
too well.
hug?
No,
No.
after this. All right. You want to go next? Or all right, you go.
So I got another skateboard story and
Oh, here we go.
another fishing story and a Christmas story and
And a shit story.
first ever skateboard. Anybody remember the TV show Alf?
Yeah,
Yes.
fuck yeah.
I had a fucking Alf skateboard.
I believe that because I remember those.
Yeah.
I remember
You
those.
remember those?
And
Yes.
it's so like out there. Such a weird lie
Alf
to randomly make
skateboard.
up.
Yeah, Alf was awesome.
It was too short, too wide, had yellow wheels.
That was like a cheapy skateboard you bought from like Toys R Us.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was probably 7 or 8. The weirdest Christmas gift I ever got
Oh, geez.
was a little black ventriloquism doll. His name was Lester.
Lester the molester.
Okay, we've got a lot to talk about.
I got one more.
Carry on. Go.
Biggest fish I ever caught was a yellowfin tuna, 108, off of Orange Beach.
Okay, let's talk about Lester.
Yeah, let's talk about Lester for a
All
minute.
right. I want you to demonstrate your ventriloquist skills. Yes.
I'd never learned how to do anything.
No, come on. You've got to have
I
a
still
little
have
bit of-
nightmares of that thing that it comes to life, like child's
talking to
play.
you.
Did you
I still
have
have
a
nightmares.
voice for him?
No,
Lester.
it was probably.
Hey man, I'm Lester.
Wait. No, you do the voice. You
Lester.
Yeah, that's it. No, you didn't. So wait. So you got.
Well,
this-
there was a
How old were you?
probably 8 or 9 or something.
Okay.
Did
you ask- is this something you asked for?
There was a dude that did. I saw it in a Sears catalog.
Okay.
What was Lester wearing?
When you raped him from the back.
Plaid shirt, sweater vest, and a bow tie,
And pants.
and pants, and he had a string pull in his middle of his.
What was he
back.
made out of?
Plastic. He had glasses.
Plastic.
Really?
And an afro.
Oh, of course he's got to have a fucking afro.
Okay, so you
Fucking what kind of show are you running?
so you open this present up, and it's something you wanted,
Yeah.
and you asked for it.
I probably said, "Oh, that would be cool," and then wanted 10 other things, but that's what I ended up with. Well, there was a dude on. It was either Burger King or McDonald's commercial campaign.
Yeah.
and the little doll was part of it, and they were funny.
Do you know where it
Did you
is?
actually try to
I don't
work
know where
with
it
this
is.
thing? I mean, did you try to like
Maybe
become-
for like till lunchtime on Christmas Day. Then it just creeped everybody out.
And what was the first one? Oh, the Alf skateboard.
Hey, I believe
What
that.
year was that?
Maybe 86.
You could say whatever you
87.
wanted. If you hit 80s, I was gonna believe you. Like whatever. But I, think
remember
that's
how old I
actually
was.
pretty accurate.
Why did you get the Alf skateboard?
Because I wanted a skateboard, and that's what I ended up with.
So two
a
gifts.
gift? Like, was it a gift?
I think that might have been Christmas or a birthday.
Christmas or a birthday.
Yeah.
He told me he was going to do this earlier. He's like, man, I'm running out of shit to talk about. I'm going to just start talking about old Christmas presents.
Ask him some fish questions about the.
What'd you catch the tuna on?
Yellowfin.
Yellowfin.
Bonita.
Which is also a tuna,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, we're back, huh?
It's
What you want? What you want,
Yeah.
son?
Sorry, we had to take a pee break.
Yeah. It was good.
Yeah. What?
You're going Jameson? Okay, so I gotta know. Let me. So what line were you using? Monofilament fluorocarbon braid. Was it like a fluorocarbon to mono leader?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
No.
Was it?
He was on a charter, man.
Yeah,
But you
what
were
about-
fishing-
I mean,
you were-
it was like a giant freaking pin brass reel. That's all.
It was
I
a
remember.
pin reel.
I think
It's
so.
a Pin International.
Probably.
Okay. All right. Okay. I know mine. Go down your list one more time.
Of all three,
Yeah, of all three. So there's the Alf skateboard.
the
Shitty Lester doll.
This ain't gonna work.
That doesn't work. Start biting.
the African American ventriloquism doll,
Yes,
and the tuna.
Lester.
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 Man, mine is in between because the Lester thing is so funny.
I want to say. I just want to say Lester.
I'm gonna
I
say
know.
Lester too.
I'm not gonna say Lester. I'm gonna go with the fishing
The tuna,
story
yeah.
because I don't think it was 2,000 feet down that he was fishing.
no, we
He may have
caught
just
that-
been guessing.
That was at water depth, but we caught it about 500 or 600.
See, I don't even know if I believe that.
I'm with you on that, but I think Lester. The fact that his name was Lester.
I think the fishing is a lie, but I want to say Lester.
Same.
All right, I'm gonna since I hate saltwater fishing anyway.
Oh my God! Blasphemy!
Especially Big Blue.
Damn you!
Man, I'm gonna say the fishing story is bullshit.
KJ is the only one that got it right.
Yes. There we go.
So you really got a black Molester Ventriloquist.
But I do. But I. That is awesome.
I like it. That's funny.
Okay. So I do believe that you've caught yellowfin. I do believe that, but I don't believe it's 108 pounds.
No, it was about 40.
That's still big.
40, 50.
And it probably took you about an hour.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I believe it. I believe it.
Who's next?
I've been home a year. I've been home a year and haven't gone fishing once.
I believe it.
I asked you once, which is about how much I've fished. So
I believe it.
that. All right, here we go. We're up. I'm up. All right. I liked your idea of like reversing it and going back to high school.
Okay.
So I'm going to do that. I was a lawyer in a program called Teen Court. I met my wife at church camp, and man, I had a good one.
I had a great lie. Now
I really did. And man,
I've been to the moon.
I was a space cadet, and I was voted class clown.
Class clown. Well, I believe that.
Out of a class of 160 people, so we were a small class.
What was your wife wearing?
Overalls.
I needed permission to laugh, so
wait till he laughs. Okay, we're good now. Yes.
What was the first one again?
he was a lawyer in high school.
Yeah. With a real law degree.
A Juris Doctorate, if you will.
Yeah.
What kind of things would you do in that class? Like have... What would you do?
It wasn't a class.
Like an extracurricular thing?
Yeah, it was an
after school?
extracurricular.
That sounds really fucking...
It was like the douchebag club.
Yeah.
You want to stay late
so
after
here's the
school's
Asshole
over?
club.
Here's what it
And be a
was.
total asshole.
So
Ticket
it does
students.
it does sound like bullshit. So what it was is like these teens were already like, okay, yeah, they did it. They got caught doing it. So you were basically lobbying about how much like community service they were doing.
So you're a shitty ass like defense
Yeah, so
attorney
you-
for teens.
Yeah, pretty much. And so it gave you the inner workings of like how court works and shit like that.
But these were like
Gotcha.
legit kids that did something bad.
yes, legit kids.
Where was the church camp?
Hinton, Oklahoma.
Were you wearing overalls too?
No.
How old
I don't
were you?
remember what I was wearing.
How old were you?
I was 18 at the time.
Church camp?
After high school?
You went
It was
to,
right after high school.
you went to church camp at 19.
18.
So did you just walk up to her and say, hey, I'm a semi-pro football player?
No, that was
broke my
after.
collarbone.
That was surprisingly after.
I could throw a football
By the
over
way,
the
I played tennis and Tennessee trained Tennessee
If
Walkers.
coach would have put me in the fourth quarter,
Oh, we would have won.
I throw a pigskin a quarter mile.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about majoring in kinesiology.
Did I tell you I was a lawyer?
That's pretty much my opening line.
So were you going as like a kid?
No,
What?
actually,
You
I
were
was going
like-
as a counselor.
Okay, you're a counselor
Yeah,
at church
it
camp. Was she also...
sixth grade camp? No, she was working there.
Well, you were working there too as a counselor.
Well,
right?
I was only there, like, she was there for the summer.
Oh, I
'cause She
gotcha.
was at school, and so she needed a summer job, so she was working there.
And what did she do? Counseling?
No, No,
Cooking?
she worked at the camp, like a
Oh,
cook, yeah.
like cutting grass and
in her overalls.
Stuff like that. Yeah, wearing overalls.
shoveling.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
I
I thought y'all met in high school. I thought y'all met in high school.
No, right after. I mean, it was the summer after.
Man, I'm forgetting bad. What's the third one?
The third
Class
one was I
clown?
was voted class clown.
Class clown.
I'd like to think he'd be voted like worst dressed or most likely to fail.
he's kind of straight and narrow.
Most likely to be wear a flat
I'm
brim.
going to say class clown. I'm going class clown.
Flat brims aren't a thing yet, but this guy's going to pioneer it.
This guy.
I'm going class clown.
I'm just gonna. Go
I think
ahead.
KJ was a pretty well behaved kid.
Yeah.
I'm kind of with you on that, but I'm going to go ahead and go with the church thing. I don't think y'all met at church
I'm going
camp.
to say class clown, too, because he gave no backstory.
Well, you didn't ask any questions.
You didn't volunteer anything. Everything else you did.
Did I? Man, I should have done more of that because you guys are correct.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. But yeah, everything else.
Thank you. Okay.
Oh, jeez. So, all right, what did everybody get into this past weekend? Because we got to hit on that because I got a big story.
Big story.
Yeah.
Today's what, Wednesday?
Yeah, today's Wednesday.
This weekend.
No, last weekend.
Last weekend. Yeah, last weekend.
You were doing work on.
I was doing work on
dojo.
the gym. Yeah, I was doing work on the dojo. What?
Can we call it a dojo?
Sure.
Yeah.
Dojo, temple.
Oh, a temple. I like
Whatever
that.
you want.
A jiu-jitsu
Yeah.
temple.
Yeah, doing some work. Yeah, tomorrow having a big old paint party. Free pizza and beer down at Vita Jiu-Jitsu. But you have to paint.
But so can I walk up there and go and get a slice?
Sure.
So
And-
every stripe you make, you get a slice.
Right. And if I don't, I do have mats there. Just want to let you know.
all
So
right.
if I feel like you're not putting your work in, I'm gonna drag you on the mat and choke your
Slam
ass
you.
out.
He will do it.
I'll be painting the slogan on the wall. The enemy deserves no mercy.
Yes, I like it.
I do like that one. Man, I did yard work.
I did yard work too, man.
You did? Saturday.
Yes.
Saturday yard work.
Yeah, Saturday. I pulled a bunch of like little bushes and shrubs. and
Dude,
shit out.
I like trashed my back. Trashed it because I talked to you on Sunday.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
And we were talking about it, and I immediately went into the chiropractor, and
I don't go to chiropractors anymore. I don't believe in them.
dude.
They're witch doctors.
See,
Agreed.
Go see a sports physical therapist.
I typically would believe you, but
It's muscles,
dude,
It's
It is, and
muscles
you're right.
that pull
Might
our
make you feel better temporarily.
It's muscles that pull
Yeah.
our spine out of alignment.
and see,
Gotta strengthen
every time I
those.
talk to you guys talk me out of it. But so anyway, so I got talking to you about like what are you doing, and you mentioned that you were taking CBD.
CBD oil.
Yeah, and I had no known knowledge of this shit.
Yeah.
And so then I'm talking to my brother who is like the straight lace, the like doesn't do anything literally, and he's like, oh yeah, I take that shit every day and I love it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well shit, I better be taking this shit. So I get in it, and that shit is legit.
Yeah.
I took some right before we came on to here.
Yeah. So far, I've been taking it for about a week now, and I'm not one much for like placebo effects and shit. Like,
Yeah.
it is kind of it is what it is, and
So give them an idea of what it is. So it's
you may be more educated on this shit than I am. Like, I did a
Well,
bunch of like research on it, but
he did smoke out every day of his junior and senior year.
Right.
So over 20,000 studies have been done on CBD oils and what it is. Basically, the marijuana plant has different species.
different
Cannabinoids.
strains or what it's
Well,
cannabinoids, yeah.
different strains, yeah.
Right.
And some plants, like if you stumble across a huge, fully grown marijuana plant in the woods, it may not get you high, like
Right.
because it's a different plant. It's like hemp, and those are the plants that are harvested for CBD oil,
Right.
not the potent ones.
It's cannabinoid.
Cannabinoids, and what they found is that all mammals have cannabinoid receptors.
2 of them.
on their brain. Yeah, a lot of them actually.
There's
a lot
no
of
THC.
Well, I mean,
There's
those 2
THC.
cannabinoids
Oh, right.
receptors.
Yeah, so what these receptors do are basically strengthen the connection between cells. So when cells communicate with each other of like, we need to repair this, we need to fix this, it makes them stronger at doing that, better at doing
Right.
that. And CBD, it's kind of like taking a vitamin D supplement, like to just give yourself a little more of those cannabinoids to help your
Because they
your
attach to
system
the
operate.
CB2.
Yes,
which
there's CB1 and
boosts-
CB2.
Yeah, which boosts the immune system.
Right. And there's no getting high off it because it's basically a different plant.
No, it's not a hallucinogenic.
No.
Right.
There's no THC. You're not going to pop on a piss test or anything like that.
Right. And there's no known
But it's
side
like-
effects.
right,
Like,
there's
besides
no
like
negative
sleepiness
side
or,
effects.
I mean,
There's
nothing.
it relieves anxiety. It relieves inflammation. It relieves pain.
Some people have even said epilepsy.
Yeah, epilepsy. Yeah, so,
cancer cells.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I mean, I've been taking it for about a week now.
I'm on day 3.
And normally I either lay awake at night in pain, or I fall asleep, have a night terror, wake up, sit up for several hours, fall back asleep, have some sort of night terror, wake back up. Or I drink a shit ton of this,
Jameson.
and I fucking pass out.
Yeah.
You know?
Which can be harmful.
Which is horrible. It's horrible. Let's be honest. It's horrible for you.
Yeah.
But I cannot smoke. I got buddies who are professional fighters, professional extreme athletes that live out in the West, Midwest. Yeah. And they tell me, you know, the stuff that they're getting now, the oils and the base of the weed, the marijuana they're getting now, that the way it's made and you know,
genetically modified
is they're like, basically, it's not even getting them high anymore. The stuff that they're getting doesn't even get them high. It just relaxes them, relieves their pain, their inflammation, totally calms them down. They can sleep. I'm like, that sounds awesome, but I can't do that.
Right.
I can't.
You can't pop.
I can't take a hallucinogenic. I can't do anything that's going to make me pop positive.
Which is
on a piss
what?
test.
I mean, it's a class 2 or class 1.
It's like heroin.
Yeah, I mean it's a
ridiculous.
schedule. It's a scheduled drug, you know, but CBD oil is not, and it's not non-hallucinogenic, and there's nothing bad about it, but it has a lot of the same effects. And I will say this last week, the only common denominator, and I've slept great.
Right.
I've been in a lot of pain. I've been training hard. Training weights or jiu-jitsu every day, sometimes twice a day. And the only common denominator is I'm taking CBD oil at night. And I'm sleeping pretty good. Mm-hmm. So
one thing I will say about it is it's a business. It's a market that they saw. It's like,
For sure.
This could totally have science behind it, and it could potentially long-term help people with anxiety or whatever. But we got a moneymaker, right?
Oh, heck
Kratom.
yeah, they do.
What's Kratom? Kratom's the same.
Yeah, that's more of a hallucinogen, though. I mean,
is it?
You don't see stuff, but it's more like actually smoking weed
Give me
than
the stuff
CBD.
that I see, like
But,
unicorns.
You know,
battling
imagine
a T-Rex.
their cost to profit. You know,
Right.
little vials like that.
Yeah.
It might cost them $5-10, and they're selling it for $60-80. So
Yeah.
maybe
Oh,
once it, you know, there's been 20,000 studies done on it, but when it becomes more popular, you know, supply demand, it might get a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you were talking about the marijuana plants, and a funny story just popped up in my head. So I'm down in Mexico, and sorry about that. You're not hearing me? Okay. And so we take some media riders out for this fishing trip, and we're cruising down the coastline, and of course all your guides are Mexican guides, and in the off season, what a lot of them will do is they'll go work in the Sierra Madres growing weed, and they'll get it cut down and everything like that. So we're sitting there passing by, and I look up on the hillside. I'm like, man, that's a big fucking plant. What the fuck is that? And I go, Senora, marijuana? And see.
You're talking to a woman?
Oh no. Well, yeah, I sound like a woman.
You said senora.
You
Senora.
just insulted that guy.
Oh,
You
yeah.
called him a woman.
Hey, lady.
And he was like, yeah. So, so anyways, he's like, oh yeah. And I was like, full grown? He goes, oh yeah, big plant. Maybe it was ditchweed, I don't know, but it was a big fucking plant, like the size of this wall.
Yeah.
And so,
It probably was ditchweed.
of course, I get back and I tell everybody, hey, there's this weed plant over here. And of course, we all walk up and we take pictures with it and everything else, like you do, like break off stuff. But no, so now I've got all these media riders, all these fishing riders going up taking pictures of this weed plant.
Yeah.
And so they're going up and taking a picture, and the next day one of them is about to leave. He forgets that he is like covered in weed. He wears the same clothes to the airport, and a dog pops on him.
Oh,
and they will not let him leave Mexico. And dude, it almost turned international.
That is hilarious.
So yeah, but the next day I was, the dog popped on him. I was still at the lodge because I had another group coming in. So that afternoon I go out. the weed plant is gone. It was harvested.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I got a quick funny story about weed plants. When I was in high school, I think I was a sophomore, me and my buddy were leaving our neighborhood, going out the back way to our friends that lived kind of out in the country. We're just walking through like pastures or whatever. And we get to the edge of our neighborhood, and you can spot them because when they wave in the wind, they look like fucking awesome. Like unlike other trees, they're like
they're dancing.
they're looking really cool. So we stumble upon them.
He wasn't on anything either when he was looking at it.
We were totally sober, 8 or 10
beautiful.
minutes, and we stumble across these plants, and they're like 6-7 feet high. Like,
They are massive.
yeah. So we fucking grab all these branches, shoving them in our pockets and everything. And this is like 2:30 in the afternoon. We just ditch our friend. We're like, go back to my house, and we're running broad daylight through my neighborhood with.
Like looking like Fat Albert.
Yeah.
They got stuff hanging
we
out of
get
every
home,
orifice.
we get home, we're cleaning them bitches up, getting them ready to dry out and everything. A couple days later,
Sweaty weed.
smoked it up. That shit was all hemp, all male plants, all bullshit.
Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember? I think it was by the Dead Milkmen.
The Dead Milkman.
A song called "Smoking Banana Peels"
No.
Oh yeah,
by the Dead Milkmen.
I've
No.
heard of smoking banana pills.
No, I'm pretty sure it's by the Dead
I don't know
Milkmen.
that
There was a
shit.
song called "Smoking Banana Peels." Yeah, same sort of thing. When we were in high school, we took a bunch of banana peels.
You tried it?
And laid them out
No,
on,
you did
my
try
buddy's,
it.
on my buddy's fucking mom's like fucking like cookie
Skillet.
sheet and put them in the oven, baked that shit for a while. We didn't know how long or at what temp.
Yeah.
Fucking chopped that shit up, rolled it up.
Yeah,
Feels
like rotten banana.
Oh yeah.
that was actually in the Anarchy Cookbook.
Yeah, smoking
That
banana
recipe,
peels.
yeah.
We were fucking stupid.
You
me
really
too.
smoked
I
banana.
really did.
You should have saved that for your
I
two
really
truths
did
and a
smoke
lie.
banana
I
peels.
smoked banana peels.
Fucking idiot.
It was awesome.
But, you know, speaking of CBD and all that, if you haven't seen the videos of the kids with cerebral palsy or the animals with, it's like a few drops, whether it be actual THC oil or what, and they're just like back to normal. And all, politicians and all that wanted all that control. It's like, but look at this, little
look at
fucking
the
girl
effects.
who hits
Look at the
herself
effects
all
and-
day, and she
yeah.
can finally be normal for fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
there's
something to it.
There's something
but they
to it
haven't
for
figured
sure.
they haven't figured out a way to make money off of it yet.
but that's the problem, and then it's gonna fucking ruin it.
Well, see, I don't understand that because they could make money on it easily.
Tax
Could
it.
turn our damn country around.
But the
know?
problem is they're gonna fucking ruin it.
Well, they'll tax
Because there's
it
like
pretty
prescriptions
hefty, but-
out there right now that could change people's lives.
Yeah.
It's fucking like it's cost prohibitive.
Right.
It's cost prohibitive.
Right.
That's
You
why
know?
they just decriminalize it.
And then
make
the
it just-
insurance companies won't prescribe enough that's required for people to take to improve their lives.
Yeah.
So and then people can't afford it.
Yeah.
So it's bullshit.
Well, it does have benefits, and there are. I think there's more than what we're finding out that it can help.
Oh, for sure, dude. I've had the least amount of inflammation in my wrists and elbows and shoulders.
And
this week.
that's a week.
I've been training hard, man. I've been, like I said, I either train jiu-jitsu every day or lift every day. And a lot of days I do both.
Yeah.
So what were you doing before? Like a leave or anything like that?
So, yeah, like way, way, way before, man, I was taking 2,400 milligrams of ibuprofen a day.
Fuck.
Holy jeez.
Yeah.
3 800s?
How's your liver doing?
That's why I had to stop.
Yeah.
I started having some serious stomach issues, and I went and got some blood tests done at my doctor. My doctor was like, you cannot take NSAIDs anymore. NSAIDs are any anti-inflammatory.
Right.
So I came off that shit completely cold turkey, and I didn't sleep for a long time. And I was in a lot of pain, which makes you turn to this. And I was looking for an alternative. So, yeah, man.
And that's, it's funny. Like a lot of guys turn to the drink, but a lot of guys, they have the essential tremors. I mean, like they just shake, and you'll see a lot of guys like that, and that's why they turn into alcoholics because
Absolutely.
it smooths them out.
Yep.
And that's one of those things.
You don't
The
have to worry, 'cause look at
CBDs
this
and
shit. Look at this shit. See how say that is?
Yeah. Yeah, see?
This is my
This-
shoot.
But I shoot with this hand.
That's my shooting hand.
Yeah. Solid as a rock.
Man, after I had my back surgery, I was eating a whole bunch of Percocets for the pain and everything. After the surgery,
That's some scary shit, man.
I did not shit for 7 days. And I told
that
myself,
possible?
I told myself
Did you
on
eat?
the seventh day, I was like, if I don't shit, because it felt like my stomach was just like going crazy. And I said,
And
if
on
I
the
wake up
7th
tomorrow
day,
and do not
Jake
shit,
shit.
I'm going to the emergency room.
Yeah, it's totally possible.
Dude, like suppositories, fucking X-Lax, everything I could. It just, it's sealed shut, man.
I didn't shit. I didn't shit for 7 days.
On the 7th day, Jake shit.
Jake
shit for
rested
7
on the
days,
porcelain
too.
floor.
I got a 7-day down.
Where at?
Sorry. I went off to
Great, we're back on shit stories.
Perfect.
I went off to like a week long training assessment program. And for a week, basically, like, we ran all fucking day.
Right.
We got, I don't know, not even 2 hours of sleep a night. Like, just in little bits of rest, fucking tons of running. For a week, I didn't shit the entire time for a whole week. When we secured from that week, and I ended up getting home, I went home, I sat on the toilet,
And prayed.
I literally shit out one little tiny turd.
Yeah.
And then fell asleep on the toilet and woke up an hour later. Passed on top of my feet, with my feet and legs totally asleep and numb. But like, your body literally was using every little bit of nutrient energy you had, because we were up 23 hours out of 24 hours a day for 5 days, pretty much.
The human body is amazing.
Oh,
It's amazing what it can adapt to and what and how it changes. I mean, that's one of those like survival mechanisms. Like all these people who like count calories and everything.
Macros. I'm counting macros,
Yeah,
bro.
and they're like, man, I was 1,000 calories down and I didn't lose any weight. Well, it's because your body's fucking starving and it's holding on to that
Doesn't know
shit.
what
Just
to do.
eating your shit.
Yeah, it is. Your body's eating itself to like survive. Like it's going in survival mode. And I used to be a heavy calorie counter. I could tell you calorie counts and everything.
Dude, I
If
don't
you
count
hit your
shit.
macros right, it actually can help.
It can.
If you're doing it right.
You got to do it right. You can't just look at a label.
I don't count shit. I just eat well.
Bye, Woodford.
Yeah. I just eat well and I work my ass off.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I don't work my ass off,
That's
so
the
I have
only-
to
that's
kind
it.
of focus
I
on
like to
eating
live
healthy.
the easy life.
Balance it out.
But yeah. So anyway, so what do we got coming up? What's coming up?
St. Patty's Day, Blair Stone Music live at Riverside Bar in Madisonville, Louisiana.
If you have not listened to Blair Stone, you've got to do it. You've got to do it.
Getting a full band together, probably here in the next few weeks. So check it out. BlairStoneMusic.com. Scratch that. Facebook.com.
Facebook.com.
I've let that
Blair
lapse.
Stone Music.
I'm sorry, the trademark's gone.
YouTube.com/BlairStone1990. Instagram,
shit.
Blair
Is that the
Stone
year you were
Music.
born?
Huh?
Is that the year you were born?
Yeah.
1990. What?
It really was.
It really was, man.
90?
So I got something to talk about
shit.
real quick.
1990.
Damn, I'm old.
All right. So you guys need to look this up after we finish up here. All right. And all you folks out there need to look this shit up. About a year ago, roughly a year ago, some of our Special Forces soldiers were ambushed in Niger. They were on a joint, what we call FID, Foreign Internal Defense mission, with the Nigerian army there, right, where we basically mentor and advise, go out on joint operations, and they were ambushed by a drastically larger ISIS terrorist cell, and 4 U.S. soldiers were killed, several others were injured, and then a bunch of our Nigerian counterparts were killed and injured. But recently, this week, a video was released. ISIS released a propaganda video
With our
which was taken from their video cameras, and then the recovered helmet cameras from our Special Forces soldier. Actually, I believe the helmet camera that they recovered was from a support soldier. He wasn't actually a Green Beret, but nonetheless, he was there fighting in the ambush and was killed. And that was released. And then Soft Rep released a modified video. They took all the ISIS propaganda bullshit out of it.
Right.
Oh, the
and
hollering music.
Yeah, the music and some of the fake screams and cries and shit that ISIS puts in there, and they released a video with no sound, and they received massive criticism. So I don't. Have you guys seen the video
Yes.
at all?
Yes.
The video is fucking horrible to watch.
Yeah.
It's bad to watch. I mean, you know, I don't want to. You don't want a Monday morning quarterback. It's hard to Monday morning quarterback, but we have to do our due diligence and look at things like this that we know, and make critiques to hopefully help people in the future, soldiers, sailors, Marines, and airmen in the future doing what they're doing. But the video is bad. You need to go watch it. The thing is, the people say the video is bad. That's real life.
Yeah. That's
what's going on
really happened.
right now.
It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. And that's what guys are doing and going through right now as we're fucking filming this all around the world. Meanwhile, the fucking the political climate here and our culture here are fucking bashing each other about gun rights and fucking, unisex bathrooms and fucking bullshit. And there are still fucking massive groups out there that want to come here and fucking murder us and murder our children.
And that's what I think. I think we
murder our children.
Yes,
you know?
and I think that's what we are raising our kids to think we live in this utopian society where that couldn't happen over here. Like, that's bullshit. They want to come over here.
They're here. They are here.
Oh, in
I will
droves.
tell you right now.
In droves.
In 2006. I hit a target where we recovered intelligence with over 50 blueprints of elementary schools in the U.S.
Yeah.
12 years ago. If that doesn't scare the fucking shit out of people, it should. Wake the fuck up. So now, what's wrong with just being American? Who gives a shit whether you're a Democrat
Doesn't matter.
or Republican or whatever? Be American. Let's protect the homeland. Let's fucking be American. I don't give a shit what color you are, what religion you are, what race you are. There are people out there in this world that want to fucking kill us and our children.
Yeah. I think, honestly, it's white men who are the only ones who can't be patriotic. If you're a Mexican guy, he's like, I'm American, I'm proud of it. It's like, good.
100%.
You should be.
You say that you're racist. Nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. I love America. Oh, you're gun-toting white dude who loves your country.
Right. Oh, you're fucking
Like,
racist.
why are
Surprise.
we, it's like black pride. Yeah, be proud of yourself. Mexican pride. No white pride.
I mean,
Goddamn.
my fucking best friend growing up as a kid was a black dude. Black kid.
Yeah.
Same fucking age, growing up, best fucking friend until my dad sold him. And then... I did come on a little fucking
Little humor to bust it up.
I kid. Come on, a little comedic relief.
Yeah.
That was shocking.
Computer crashing.
Yeah, it crashed again, right?
No, but I mean, really, you guys know me. I don't give a shit about race. You're either a good person or you're a shithead. No matter what color you are, what religion you are, what race you are. I've fought and bled and sweated and
Next to everybody.
next to everybody of every religion. And I was just in a Muslim country for the last 4 years and fighting with Muslims who are my counterparts. It is what it is. You're either a good fucking person or you're a bad fucking person. So.
Yep.
Jokes can still be funny.
Yes.
Like that joke.
God dang, exactly.
Joke was funny, right?
Watch Blazing Saddles, people, please.
Yeah, watch Blazing Saddles.
Yes, Blazing Saddles.
If you can't take a joke, you're watching the wrong podcast.
Yes.
Right.
Tune in elsewhere.
Yeah, and if you don't like this, you know what? I really don't give a fuck.